it's always great to start the stream with a cough. Awesome. Awesome. Well, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Saturday.
It is.
And this is the Flipside. I'm Sam.
I'm Jessie.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Come on, you're supposed to be the spry one.
I am spry. I just didn't know what I was supposed to say.
Okay.
Let's go. It's Saturday. It's morning.
It is Saturday. It is morning.
Those are like some of my favorite words. Saturday and morning.
Okay, I can see that. Saturday and morning. Yes.
Sorry about my cough that I will have all day.
Karen, good morning. Says good morning, friends.
Good
David
morning.
is here. Howdy. Blake Cavaney is here. Hello, people.
Good morning.
Philip is here. Tom is here. Micah is here. Not a cough, a mic check. It's on. Yes, that's exactly
Yes,
what
it was
we
totally
were.
a mic check.
It's totally what I was doing. Just wanted to make sure it was working. I already did a mic check before I turned the audio on.
Well, that's fine.
But we'll go with what David said.
I love it.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Sure.
Sure is right. So, no tea, Jessie?
Of course.
Jessie's voice is still gone from Dice Tower West. Oh, no, it came back and then it
came
went
back
away again.
and went away again.
We're pretty sure it's connected to the MS that she has been diagnosed with,
don't
but
know.
we don't. I mean, we treat it, but I don't think it's going to be something that
I don't
goes
know.
away.
We've been kind of not really tracking it, but noticing.
Nope.
It is at least once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And my voice goes totally away.
Saturday morning cartoons just aren't what they used to be.
I'm up for Saturday morning cartoons.
That is absolutely true.
Saturday morning cartoons are garbage right now.
Yeah, because they
don't even have Saturday morning cartoons. Nobody has cable.
They do, but it's like it doesn't really teach you good morals like it used to.
Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny.
I don't know that Tom and Jerry was good morals. That was a homicidal cat trying to murder a mouse.
Bugs Bunny and Wile E. Coyote were not good morals either. Kill them, shoot them, smash them, hit them with an anvil.
G.I. Joe, however.
G.I. Joe. Kill them, shoot them, smash them.
Nobody ever died in G.I. Joe. They just got injured.
Nobody died in Bugs Bunny. Well, maybe.
I'm pretty sure Elmer.
Okay, what was your favorite
Killed
Saturday
something.
morning cartoon? 80s favorite morning Saturday morning cartoons.
It's probably Joe, G.I. Joe. That's probably my favorite.
Not the Smurfs?
No, I watched G.I. Joe, He-Man,
He-Man.
that stuff.
Oh, we watched He-Man.
Ain't no cartoon ever taught me good morals. The whole point of Saturday morning cartoons is that you had no school, so you didn't need good morals. I would disagree with that.
I don't think it's any different than all of our families waking up like this with their phone and watching videos for a while. It's just a way to wake up.
There's no more Saturday morning cartoons. It's every morning cartoons.
But I tell you, I hear the Warner Brothers theme in my head all the time. Or Looney Tunes. That wasn't Saturday. That was afternoon. But
Kind of like the A-Team. The A-Team actually kind of did have good morals in it. A bunch of crazy people, but they did have some good morals. They were usually trying to help out the good guys against the bad guys.
So did Dukes of Hazzard have good morals then? Just the good old boys.
If you don't dig too deep into why they had the General Lee.
Right.
Yes, there's good morals there because
Just
they're
some good
fighting
old
against
boys.
the corrupt local government.
Never meaning no harm. I'm going to be singing that all day now.
And the corrupt local government was actually corrupt. He was a bad guy, always looking to swindle people or get ahead or make money off of people and pull some kind of scheme.
And they were always trying to stop it.
But you got to stop there. Because
We're not going to go down the General Lee path.
they were actually moonshiners.
Yes, trying to sneak through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the TV show never really got that far into that. It was only when the guy from...
Did you watch the movie?
Yes. That's the only time that they actually pull out and focus on the fact that they're moonshiners.
Right.
And, you know, they're trying to...
I squealed out loud.
They were kind of womanizers, too.
I squealed out loud when Linda Carter appeared.
Yeah.
I did.
But Linda Carter wasn't actually in Dukes of Hazzard.
No, but I squealed out loud when she appeared.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a...
cameo. It was lovely.
No, it wasn't even a cameo because she wasn't in the original movie.
I know that.
Or a TV show. So it wasn't a cameo.
Isn't
it was
a cameo
just
an actor doing an appearance on a different show?
That they are somehow connected to, yes. But yeah, I guess a basic cameo is just somebody famous making an appearance in a show that they have no business being in.
Right.
Correct.
Just some good old boys.
I don't know about that. Let's see. This is a Saturday morning cartoon.
It is. I'm telling you. Let's go. Let's go. If you don't hear Looney Tunes in your head when you see us, there's something wrong. Because I'm telling you, we're a little loony.
Because you use the word ain't, Blake.
Ain't.
Ain't is a Southern word. We claimed it. We invented it. So when you use it, I don't care where you're from, it's going to get a Southern accent. Ain't no cartoon ever taught me good morals. See? Just got back from dropping Maribeth and her friend off. They're going on a girls' trip.
What?
All week. Tom, you need to Google.
No, don't do whatever he's going to say. Don't do it.
Yoga Pants song. I forgot his name. Why is his name just...
Jennings. Tom. You just
No, Tim Hawkins. By Tim Hawkins.
I was close.
No, you weren't. No.
3 letters.
You said Tim Jennings. That's not even close. That's not even close.
Had an N.
You said Jennings, not Hawkins. There's
had
only
an N
like...
and it ended in an S.
No, that's not close enough.
It got you there.
It did, but it wasn't close enough.
Ah, come on. If it got you there, it was close enough.
Is there sun this morning? Here it's been very sunny today. No, it's actually raining outside.
I don't know, but I think it's rainy.
It is rainy. We're supposed to be heading into another winter storm.
On the mountains.
On the mountains. Oh, not here.
Actually, it does look sunny.
No, it doesn't.
It does look. I can see it through the little...
I guarantee you it is
That is
not
sun.
This is a good part of my day most of the time is just proving her wrong.
That is sun. That is
Definitely
sun.
not sun. That is like super cloudy weather.
Whatever. Maybe it'll get sunny.
Now I have to redo this.
See, and he thinks a good part of my day is proving me wrong, but a good part of my day is making him do what I said.
Do stuff.
Check that. Make sure it's not sunny.
Lilo and Stitch was always my favorite. 2000 cartoons were great. Lilo and Stitch didn't have a bad moral to it, you know, accepting friends that were
different,
abnormal, and treating them like family. Here. Okay, I just thought that was all wet, but it's all dry.
It might be. I mean, it might be both.
Eric says we're flooded here.
Oh no!
Typing from a piece of driftwood. See, he's not. I don't think he's really flooded. He might be flooded, but I don't think.
What
he's
about the Warner Brothers? They had great stories, and they were educational.
They were educational, but they were not
moral.
Good morally.
They were great educational. They had great educational.
They were
songs.
3 kids that were kept locked in a water tower. That's not good morals. That's not okay.
Just
and they were thrown back in there every time they tried to escape.
And just for fun, we went around the Warner Brother lot.
Yeah. They, what? Keep going.
I don't know, I lost it.
They lock us in the tower whenever we get caught. Yeah, exactly. Not good morals.
No, but they were very educational.
That was a good example of an adult cartoon.
Yes, absolutely.
That was meant for adults. A lot of the humor, a lot of that was all...
But a lot of the songs were actually educational.
No, they were very educational. And you'd actually learn something. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. You would learn something that was helpful.
Yeah.
I guess that's the umbrella that I'm using with good morals. You know, the moral of the story. What have I learned from what I just watched?
We watched PBS when the kids were growing up. That's what they watched a lot. We did Saturday morning cartoons, but we did...
Blake says that they had a medical emergency at work yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope everybody is okay.
Was it a worker or was it a customer?
I just hope
Did
everybody is okay.
Did a customer come in and like... That's bad.
Clench the chest.
Ren and Stimpy, the best. See? Why does it not surprise me that Eric said Ren and Stimpy? That doesn't surprise me in the least. I was like, okay, I saw Bushman 714 and then Ren and Stimpy. The best. Those three statements fit together. That's awesome. Diffused sunlight, David says.
Yes, that's so true.
To be absolutely transparent, there was some sun shining over the plateau of East Wenatchee, but the direction I was looking in was super dark thunderclouds. So it's cloudy. The sun she saw was not here. It was from way over there.
Yes, shining into our driveway.
Not going to happen. Yes, it was one of the assistant managers. She had swollen eyes, was red in the face, and couldn't breathe.
Allergic reaction.
To something she works with? Why hasn't this happened before?
Maybe she ate something.
Away from work, like on a break.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. The Anthonys are here. Good morning. Not by Able Games.
Good morning.
Bushman said he learned all of his morality from Ren and Stimpy. That also makes a lot of sense.
Did you track his package?
I sent him his tracking number, yes. I have not looked again at the tracking number, but he does have the tracking number, yes. Apologize if I offended someone on the Dice Tower site. Couldn't help my large mouth to say my opinion for people who keep complaining about one thing and on. Huh. Well, Micah, you have the opportunity to say whatever you want to say. I did not know that there was another comment. Doesn't surprise me, but oh no, not that. Let's see. I gotta go here first, then there. Then here, then there.
Damn, we're losing our audience.
No, we're not. We're not losing anything. I'm just going to see what Micah is talking about. As I should, because it involves one of our videos. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Find the referee.
I hope you guys are all caffeinated this morning and have your
we always
tea.
Are. Always.
I drank a bit too much caffeine last night.
Did you?
Or over the whole day. Yeah. I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
Let's see what's going on here. All the way down to the bottom.
See?
Pink. Stop that. What we got here? What we got here? No, that's cool. I mean, it doesn't. okay, here's the thing. The way you deliver a phrase is very important. That's how jokes work. Like, if you say a joke and you don't deliver it the right way, nobody gets it, nobody laughs. If you deliver it the right way, everybody gets it, everybody laughs, unless you're humor impaired. But this, Micah, doesn't sound... You have a laughing face in there, you have a thumbs up, you are coming in jovially, and all you said is it's a funny gag, don't get stuck on it. That's not bad.
Yeah.
And then you talk about the different things that you've played for. You end with a little heart emoji. No worries at all. And JT responded, so it's
we're all
good.
Now back to ours. You can't sit there and watch and scroll and read all your comments right now.
No, I'm just saying. Okay, that's why. Because somebody responded with, "How is a bottom 5 helpful to anybody?" Got it. My banner text has the wrong title? Oh my gosh. I double check everything. I even let it render this time, which actually means that I probably missed number 8. Because what I found was the reason I had so many typos in the lower thirds of those videos, from time to time, it didn't always happen, but from time to time it did, was because the program hadn't finished rendering those objects before I exported it. And so, yeah. I just worked too fast. That's not what that means. That means I was impatient. So I thought I had everything. I double-checked everything. I guess I missed number 8. My apologies. I'll keep working on it.
All right, now I'm ready for my tea.
Now you're ready for your tea?
Yeah.
Now you're ready for your tea. Got it. All right, well, we'll minimize that in case we want to reference it again.
Doesn't understand, but I like this. This is what I love. This is why I don't use an insulated bottle.
Oh my gosh. You literally, let go of my, she's burning me. You watch the wacky, no, not Ren and Stimpy.
No,
I'm glad we don't have a water tower.
I intentionally do not use an insulated bottle.
It's actually hot. You need mittens to hold that. Oven mitts.
It's not that bad. I will say I frequently do hold my water bottle like a hot water bottle.
Eric said it's here. Thank you, loads.
Awesome.
Good.
We were worried.
I figured you would enjoy that. I don't get it to the table at all very much. It is an out-of-print game, so I don't get it to the table at all anymore. It's just not the kind of game that I can take time to play nowadays. Some of the miniatures are painted, and I painted them on an old episode of Battling Brushes. So I think other miniatures that are in there were painted because they came that way. That company did a thing where they had 3 tiers of miniatures that you could buy. You could buy them unpainted, completely unpainted, but they were based, so all you had to do was would put the paint colors on them. Or you could buy them, you could buy regular unbased miniatures. You could buy them based, which means you only had to paint them. You didn't have to base them. And then you could buy them pre-painted. So some of them were painted already because that's how they came, because the company sent them to me like that when I was with the Dice Tower. But not all of them are. So if you paint, Eric, you can have fun with that. But you at least have a good start.
So we haven't done a giveaway in a while. Are we going to do one?
Yeah, probably. Well, yeah, we'll do one this month. We'll do one this month because we do have some pretty cool games that are newer. You know, usually for the It Belongs in a Museum, I give away stuff that is part of my collection.
That's different than a giveaway.
It's different than a giveaway. That's correct. So this time we'll do a giveaway, and I think what we'll do is we'll have 3 winners. Because we've got 3 games over there that were gifted to us at Dice Tower West. that we will be able to send away, and they're all good games. They're not they're not the garbage that I'm getting rid of. And again, I'm usually not getting rid of garbage. Eric can probably attest to that. What I just sent him wasn't garbage. I just knew that he would like it, so I sent it to him. Well, I think he'll like it. I don't know if he'll like the actual game, but I think he'll get a kick out of all of the miniatures. But anyway, it's my garbage. It's stuff that I don't want to keep around anymore. And garbage isn't the right word for it. I get that. But these are 3 brand new games. They're still in shrink. Well, one of them isn't in shrink. They have the little sticky tabs that I hate. But they are brand new. They have not been played. So those we will give away on an actual giveaway. So we'll do that at the end of this month, and it'll run the entirety of April.
Cool.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
We bought a game at Dice Tower West. I bought a game because the kids enjoyed it, Floresta.
Yeah.
And I've never actually played it. I don't know anything about the game.
Neither have I.
But the kids played it with 2 of our nearest and dearest friends that we love.
Doug and Emily.
Doug and Emily. And...
the stalker and his wife.
No, our best buddies. We love them.
I think they're watching. That's why they said that.
Yeah. And they wanted us to buy Floresta, so we did. We haven't played it at all.
Yeah.
But Doug said last night after they played it on the cruise, they went out and bought it.
They bought it the same week.
Yeah, they bought it that same week.
When we were at Dice Tower West and you bought it, they bought it as well.
Yeah. So we've got a new game.
Yep. Let's see. Best part of flying out of SeaTac is being reminded it's a beautiful sunny day once you're above the clouds.
Yes.
That is absolutely true.
So true. Like, wow, the mountains here. And
I'm currently hanging with a couple of friends at the coffee shop.
I do love the coffee shop.
That is a cool place to hang. We had our Steamers West thing last night.
We did?
We did. So what games did we play? I started the day with Aqua.
Oh, yes, you did.
Because Phil showed up.
Yes.
And so he was just telling me about how, and again, this is something that I've talked about on some of the, like on the Western Contingent with Tim and a couple of the segments that I did for Board Game Breakfast. You got to talk to people when they get there. Now, this was not the first time that Phil had come to one of our gaming groups. We've played games with him a lot. But as we were talking and having a discussion, you know, when he walked in the door, I was just like, I wasn't just like, hey, Phil, let's play this game. You know, I said, hey, how you doing? You know, that kind of thing. Talking to him. And he said that he had just got in the big box of Carcassonne. I asked him what he'd been playing lately. He said he just got the big box of Carcassonne in. And I said, but you kind of like more thinky games, right? And he's like, yeah, kind of, but not too much. I was like, all right. So I asked, well, what do you want to play? And he said, well, what are you feeling? I was like, well, you were just talking about Carcassonne. Here's another tile laying game. And it's kind of a step above, maybe a couple steps above Carcassonne. And I think you'll like it. And I showed him Aqua. And he was like, yeah, let's hit it. Let's go to the table. And he actually really did enjoy the game. He said it's one of those games that you have to play it again.
Yeah.
To really get a good feel for it. You know, you're just kind of, the entire first game is the learning game. And you have to get used to it. And he really enjoyed it. He took off after that, though. But it was good seeing him. And it was really good that he enjoyed that game. But we didn't arrive at that game randomly. You know, it was because he shared what he'd been playing recently, what I already knew about him, and what I knew about that game. So talk to people when they come. Don't just, hey, sit down, let's play. You know, don't do that. Talk to them.
So you played Aqua, and then what did you play?
Well, let's see. I went from Aqua to Nyakuza.
Yes.
And
what did you think of that?
Brian
and Katie.
Katie. I was thinking Katie, but I didn't trust myself. Brian and Katie are a couple that actually came to they go to our church, and they are part of the Stitch group at church, which is like the college-aged group at our church. And they came to one of our game nights at the church because one of the people that works or that helps out at the Stitch invited them to come.
I'm making a reminder. Keep going.
Yeah. So they came back. They walked in. And I was like, oh, crap, they're super familiar. I don't know where I've seen them from. But then I was in the middle of finishing up Aqua. So Jessie greeted them. And I could hear them talking and saw them, picking out a game. And I had not read the rulebook for Yakuza yet. And I was like, well, crap. They picked the one game I don't know how to play out of like 25 games that we brought. So they sat down and they actually started pouring through it. They got it set up. They started reading through the rule book. I came in after I finished scoring Aqua and putting it away and sat down and Brian said, so I asked him, I said, do you guys need help teaching? Do you want to play? What's going on? He says, well, we're about to read the last thing. I was like, okay. So I sat down, he read the last thing, and we played a 3-player game of Yakuza.
How did it go?
It went pretty good. I mean, it's because it gets darker in there. I didn't bring lights yesterday because of daylight savings time. No.
I would like to say, I specifically said, do you think we should bring lights today?
And I said no. And in my mind, I was thinking daylight savings time. It's going to stay. No, that was backwards. It gets brighter earlier in the morning, and then it gets darker faster at night.
I asked him.
I thought backwards. I thought it was like, we've got another hour of light today.
We just need to bring the lights every time.
Yeah, we do.
Even in the summer. Just bring the lights.
So it's just, well, I hate saying it's just because there's more to it than that, but it's a bidding game where you are bidding to see how many boats you're going to be able to put out into the harbor. And every round, a number of resource tiles come out onto the board, and they're populated in a specific place based on the number that's on their tile. I think it goes from 1 to like 60 or something like that. And so after those tiles come out, you're going to bid an amount of money. And whoever bids the most money gets to put out 3 boats. The second most gets to put out 2, and the least gets to put out 1. But you have to bid at least 1 in order to get that 0. Well, in a 3-player game, that's how many went out. So what we didn't realize at the beginning of the game was you're not only using your money to bid with, you're also using your money to build stalls on the docks that you're going to sell the resources that you've caught on your boats out in the bay. So that made the game end a little bit prematurely because we all ran out of money before we were able to actually achieve the game-ending goal. And it does say if that happens, whoever has the most stalls wins. So it's not like it was a invalid ending. It was just a kind of premature because we bid more heavily in the beginning of the game before we realized that dichotomy with the money. So we were out of money faster. Anyway. And so what you're having to do is when you place boats out, you can place them on a resource tile, or and then you can place them adjacent to a resource tile that you've already placed on. And then once you have a set of connected resource tiles and at least 1 dock space, you can build a dock if you have the right resource tiles that dock calls for. And there's like 4 combinations or 3. Yeah, 3 combinations of resource tiles and then 1 combination of dock and driftwood that you can build stalls with. And basically you're trying to build the master stall. And in order to do the master stall, you have to build all of your stalls first. We had 6 each. And then you have to build the master stall. And the first person to do that wins the game. Otherwise, whoever built the most stalls is the winner. It's really actually a fun game.
Cool.
It's a new version of an older game that Simon put out. And it's got like, cat
Right.
mafia.
Cat yeah.
Cat yakuzas.
Yeah.
So it's actually pretty cool, and that's what actually
drew them in.
Yep. Was that theme.
Crazy Cat Mafia.
And the good artwork and all that kind of stuff. So theme matters, people.
So you did that game. Then what did you do?
Well, let me touch some of this real quick.
Yes, please.
It happens. Battling brushes is a throwback. Yes, it is. What coffee are you drinking? A honey hazelnut latte. That sounds like something you would order. Speaking of which, remember asking us for channel suggestions? Remember asking us for channel suggestions? Have you implemented any of those? No, I haven't. Not yet. Because
we only have so many hours in a day. But we are trying to improve the channel and give content. Yes.
It's a place called Brave Bean. It's veteran owned. That's cool.
Ooh, I love that.
Sam, did you get your Santorini yet? No, I don't even have a. I don't have an email. I don't even have an email yet with a tracking notification. Honestly, I backed it, and like the late pledge ended like the next day, or one of the next couple of days. I was probably one of the last people that backed to this game, so it's probably not going to happen for a while. You can play Floresta with for us, yes? Not right now. We don't know how to play it. David, that's true. Should on rainy day to remember the sun is always shining. Yes, that is true. Just above the clouds. Carcassonne is an evergreen. Digital version is great as well. Thoughts on Champions of Midgard getting a solo mode? That's one of the things of the Kickstarter that I'm really kind of looking forward to. It's also one of the things that Lance has told me that he's going to send to me as soon as they have it available so that I can showcase it on the channel on a solo mode Thursday or something like that. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be an interesting, I don't know how it will work, but I think it'll be interesting to see how they've got it done. There's been a lot of talk, and I haven't been reading all of it. I've just been kind of catching it from the fringe that people are not happy about how this looks like it's just a cash grab, and that it's and I'm like, cash grab is a super what is it called? Like an inflammatory word. It's like in a negative way. You're trying to really throw some shade when you say that. And I get it. I understand what you're saying. But at the end of it, Awakened Realms did that with Puerto Rico. It's like, this is what a deluxeified, Santorini, that's a deluxeified version. It's of a published and already popular game. That's, by definition, it's a cash grab. People are going to want it. People are going to clamor after it, but I don't understand why one company is getting the hate for it and other companies aren't. That's what I don't understand about it, because that's what deluxeified versions are. They're republishing a game in a much nicer version so that people will buy the much nicer version. I don't understand why Gray Fox is getting the hate and everybody else isn't. Maybe it's because the economy is a bit different now, and what they're charging for their deluxeified version, which isn't that far off of what everybody else charges for theirs. I don't know. I don't understand it. I understand it to a degree, but I don't understand why just this company is getting the hate for it. That's what I don't understand. If you're going to hate people for...
it starts with one.
Sure, I get that.
And then it causes this waterfall.
It's like a domino effect.
Ooh, these people are talking about that. Well, I'm going to talk about that too.
So to answer your question, Tom, the solo mode is one of... I feel like I already know everything that's in the Kickstarter. It's just been deluxeified, and I think the deluxification of the game looks really cool. And the solo mode is the one thing that I'm like, I wonder how that's going to work. Because I kind of know how everything else works in the game already. With I guess, a few minor changes. But so that's the one thing that I'm like, I'm hoping that's good.
That's awesome.
I'm hoping that's good, and hopefully, once Lance sends a copy of the solo mode my way, or at least just the rules, because I can probably just use, unless they want to send some of the other components as well, because I can probably just use the core version that I have, because I think I have most of it, if not all. I don't think well, maybe I don't have the playmat. I don't know. Anyway, we'll have to see. I have talked to Lance, and he said that they're going to send the solo mode my way to showcase. So we'll do that when it happens. Have you played Quacks with Jessie? Love it. Quacks of Quedlinburg.
We played it once at JT's, just once.
Yeah. It was a while ago. You probably don't remember much about it.
I don't remember much.
Yeah.
But ahead. I remember we had a good time.
Yeah.
I'll play that again.
Martin says, I found Friday and Onirim recently, secondhand solo games. Both seem cool. Onirim used to be one of Z's favorite games of all time. Probably still is. To some degree. I don't know to what degree, but he used to talk about that one ad nauseum. I haven't played Friday, though, so I can't really talk about that one much. Al Hernandez, I think you were right, Sam. We lost an hour, so it got dark at 8, for example. In old time, it would be 7, so we would go light. Yeah, I think I am right. Yeah, it's an hour, so it's darker in the morning, and it's lighter at night. I was thinking right. It just wasn't as... Yesterday, it was darker outside than normal.
It's dark and ominous.
Yeah. So, the clocks went forward an hour. Oh, see? I stand vindicated, not corrected.
I still said we should bring lights, and he still said no, and it was too dark.
Now that my correct assumption did not hold true, we will take lights from now on. But I was correct in assuming that it's going to be lighter later.
Yes, but that room is a beautiful room. It does not have good light.
It doesn't have good light. That is
so correct. Even in the summer, let's just bring lights.
It is now 18:01. That is 6:01 in the evening in South Africa.
And it's dinner time, supper time.
I don't own Champs of Midgard yet, so the solo edition ups it on my acquire list. Oh, that's cool. Anyone else suffering FOMO on the new Arnak expansion? No, I don't own Arnak. I already have a good storage solution, so it's really hard to justify. Oh, absolutely not feeling it with the new Arnak expansion, Doug says. I love the game, but feel like it's complete with what I already have. Do you play solo games? Which is your favorite? Micah asks Eric. My favorite solo Viking game is Northgard on the iPad, Kevin says. Interesting. That brings back to memory, Not My Eyeball Games asked earlier, what do you think about the new Northgard expansion? I haven't actually looked at it yet. But I also haven't bought the other 2 expansions that came in the original box that I said like a year ago that I was going to buy. I didn't do that. Because, again, what we were talking about earlier, the copious amounts of free time, right?
There is that. This is one of the reasons I love Saturday mornings.
Yep, we can just chill.
I'm here with Sam. We get to chill with you.
I've played Onirim and has a good app, Blake says. Mostly okay, all solo, Micah. No welcoming game get-togethers here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Maybe, I think there's a game group in your area. I don't know if, okay, they may not be welcoming though, so, but I was, Chattanooga Board Game Club on Meetup. Well, that might be what they mean by not welcome.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of, unfortunate.
And there was well.
That's kind of unfortunate. I mean, it's like Chattanooga Board Game Club. I'm just showing this on Meetup, and I read it the first time, and it's like the first line of what we're about says fully vaccinated members can meet to play again.
But that might have been at the peak of COVID, honey, that was posted.
Maybe.
Right.
But I'm just saying that sentence and we are very inclusive and friendly, those two sentences don't really mix for me. Because if you start off with that, it's like, don't come if you aren't vaccinated.
In 2020.
Maybe it is.
Or 2021.
You're probably right. No welcoming game get-togethers here,
well, maybe
Sorry.
You can reach out to your resources and see if you know anybody in the areas.
And Eric actually says there's 2 groups here. ... Understood, buddy. I'm sorry. You're always welcome here if you can make the trip.
Always.
Solo games need more storyline to be more attractive to an overall audience. Yeah, that's probably true. That's one of the things that pulls me into solo games is the storyline in it. That's why I like, although I suck at Final Girl. I suck at all solo games, which means I'm just a sucky gamer. That's pretty much what that means. We got our hockey jerseys made with our logo on it. That's cool. You should get yours done. They're super comfy. See, my thing is, I wouldn't wear it around here because we have our local team's hockey jerseys that we wear to the games. So I wouldn't wear my hockey jersey with my logo on it to there because I would feel weird. So the only place I would usually wear them is at a convention. And convention halls are, for me at least, they're not really cool places to, temperature-wise, to be in. I know.
I don't know. I was freezing.
I'm freezing.
It wasn't just me. Danny was cold too. He also has 0 body fat. But
exactly, the second skinniest person at the con.
Right.
And you are cold.
Well, I'm not the skinniest person at the con. I was just cold.
Let's see here. Have you ever played Sagrada? That has a good solo variant. I like even more than competitive one and others. Cool. Which do you prefer? Big, grandiose solo games?
Grandiose.
Or small solo games? I guess it depends on what your version of grandiose is and what your version of small is. Like, for example, Final Girl, when you have everything set out, it's got a pretty large footprint for a solo game. The other one that I'm enjoying, I can't remember the alien one. What's the freaking name of the alien one? Under Falling Skies. Under Falling Skies has a smaller footprint, but I wouldn't call it small because it still has a considerable footprint. So I guess it just depends on, I would probably, if I'm going to play something solo, I generally want as little setup as possible because I want to set up and get playing. Final Girl gets a pass because it's so good. And so does Under Falling Skies. But the other ones that I've played, like the ones from Fort Circle and so forth, they have a much smaller footprint, and that's what I probably tend to enjoy. Resist has a small footprint. So yeah, that's what I would probably tend towards. But if it's a really good game with that overarching storyline, I'm willing to spend a bit more time with setup.
Did you play anything else after Nyakuza?
Nyakuza, and then we got up and we went and sat down with Doug, who was setting up Castles of Burgundy. And then I think we played one round out of the 6 because Brian and Katie had to leave. But Doug taught them how to play, played through an entire round, and now they understand how to play. And they both said that they had fun. It was fun. So, cool. And then after that, we just kind of started cleaning up, and because at that point it was about 8 o'clock.
Oh, you had to clean up.
Yeah, I had to clean up Bomb Busters because apparently you can just play a game and then just leave it on the table.
It was my fault. I said, come back and clean up that game. I want you to play with us real quick.
Yeah, they didn't come back and clean up that game.
Well, because the short game we were going to play.
I had to clean it up.
Had 2 18-year-olds that were very chatty.
Truth.
And it's just a dice roll, and I'm like.
So they played
Sausage Sizzle.
Sausage Sizzle.
And we first played it with just Emily and I. And I scored, I don't think Emily scored very high, but she didn't just, but then we played it with 5 of us. And 3 of us were above 65. 3 of us were almost 70. And the other 2 were under 40. And that's how that game goes.
That's just how the game goes. Yeah, because you could like have all 5s and 4 animals, and then you roll that last one and you get a sausage, and now you got 4 points.
Yeah.
Sweet. If you would have just rolled another 5,
right,
you would have got 20 points. But no. Let's see here. Is the Champions of Midgard solo play going to be released as an expansion or only as part of the new edition? That I don't know, Martin. Because I've looked at the Kickstarter. I have not read through all of it. So I don't know how that solo mode is going to be implemented into the game, whether it is standalone or at least like a rules that you can download or purchase or whatever. Or if it's just going to be part of that Kickstarter version. I don't know. I'm sorry. Having bad dice rolls doesn't mean you are a bad gamer. That is true. I understand that. I'm being hyperbolic. But, yeah. Final Girl, it's just weird that the 2 solo games that I really, really, really enjoy are dice rolling. And it's like, I cannot roll my dice out of a freaking paper bag sometimes. It's like, okay, I just don't want to get this. This would be the absolute worst. Rolls that. I mean, it's like, come on, man. I need to stop talking to the dice. That's what I need to stop doing.
Just don't think it. Just
don't even look. Just let them do their thing. Maybe they're stage fright for them. Martin, it's an add-on in the Kickstarter. Don't know if it will be standalone release. There you go, Tom. Thank you for getting that information for me. Or knowing that information, rather. Could just mean you're bad at picking games that depend on dice. That's also true. But Sausage Sizzle is a really fun game.
It actually is a really fun game.
I gave that a 9 on the Dice Tower review because it's that good at doing what it does.
Right. It's a very fast game unless you're with 2 chatty 18-year-olds.
For small solo game, I would say like how Onirim is mainly just a deck of cards. Yeah, well, I think I want more substance than just a deck of cards. When you go out to eat, do you take a small game to play? Usually not.
No.
Every once in a while we do, but it has to be a really small game. Like we've taken...
Sausage Sizzle would work.
Sausage Sizzle would work, but again, I don't know that I want to be rolling clankety-clank dice on a table. At a restaurant. Now, if they had a table... what is it called? Cloth. If they have a tablecloth over the table, that would be fine. But I also don't think I'm going to be taking Sausage Sizzle to a restaurant that has tablecloths.
I didn't even think most of our restaurants in the Wenatchee Valley have tablecloths. So
but that's because a lot of people like the natural wood look.
Yeah. That being said, I can't think of a single one.
What, with tablecloths? Shakti's does. I remember that.
Okay, Shakti's does.
Applebee's does not. Red Robin does not.
Buzz Inn does not.
Buzz Inn doesn't. We were just at...
McGlynn's doesn't, and that's kind of a fancy one.
But I mean, that's like a really rustic looking...
Yeah.
They're not, I mean, tablecloths
I don't think many are restaurants in the valley.
But what I'm saying is that I probably wouldn't take Sausage Sizzle. But we've taken Yokai Sketch.
Yokai Sketch.
We've taken Yokai Sketch down to breakfast when we were at a hotel one time. You know, that kind of stuff. Sam needs to get loaded dice. No, that's cheating. I know you're just joking. Usually the larger footprint setups give you more game overall. I don't mind large games solo. Preferred. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Eric, I think. That's true, Bushman. But when most people think of solo games, they think of solitaire, something small but that they can do anywhere, not something large and cumbersome. Truth. I just prefer the large and cumbersome because it means I'm going to have fun, and I'm not just going to play a Sudoku variant. You know. Sam needs to get loaded dice. I already read that. Sam just needs to get loaded. Period. That's also not going to happen. I think you should check out Unstoppable. Renegade has it on their website. Unstoppable. Does NAR have a solo mode? No, it does not. You could play a game like Spyfall at a restaurant. With just 2 people? No, you can't. It's like, you can't, I don't think you can play that with just 2 people. Spyfall. It's the one where you have to guess what location you're at. You can't do that with 2 people. One of you is going to know where you are, and the other one isn't. So, sorry. If there's more people there, yeah, you could definitely do it.
I could play Odin's Ravens.
No.
Not really.
Too large of a footprint.
Yeah, it's kind of a big table.
It's too long. I mean, we did play it on the freaking...
That was a tiny table, too.
Well, you didn't say that. You didn't say that, Blake.
Play it with a bunch of people at a table.
You didn't say you didn't mean with just 2 people.
Well, see, sorry, we have to clarify that because when we say at a restaurant, there are only 2 things we do at a restaurant. We go together or we go with all 5. And if we go with all 5, it is only focused about food. It is the sole purpose of getting food in the body and getting out.
And usually there's too many, with 5 of us there, there's not enough room on the table.
Right.
We would have to just move everything.
Right, and then take the table over.
The food shows up and you're like, oh crap, we have a... Yeah, that's just not going to happen.
So that's the only type of dinners we go out to dinner. It's just the 2 of us, or it's all 5 of us. And if it is all 5 of us, the sole purpose is to get food in the body and get out of the restaurant as fast as possible.
That is correct.
So.
What games did you play last night?
I played Sausage Sizzle a couple of times. I played Patchwork, but it was a specific version. Help me out, Emily. I don't know what the version was called. But that was super fun.
I believe it was the boring version.
It's like all those other tile placement games that I love.
But it's quilting. I'm just kidding. I've never played Patchwork.
It was fun.
Cool. Is it 2-player only?
I don't know.
Oh. I think there's a 2-player version of Patchwork.
I don't know.
Patchwork Duel or something. I don't know what it is.
It was tile placement.
All right. What else did you play?
I think that's all I played.
No, you played Sausage Sizzle.
I said that, and then you went. Pfft.
Okay, so
you
what else?
You puff-offed me.
Puff-offed you? I didn't off anything. I don't even think I went.
Me. You did.
I don't know.
I said I played Sausage Sizzle, and you went. Pfft.
Patchwork is 2-player only. Jessie played Patchwork Americana.
Americana.
So it's only American quilting? You guys are tone deaf to what's going on in the world right now.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Man alive.
Because it was a fast game.
Everything's got to be about America, doesn't it?
And my quilt was finished.
Your quilt? You actually finished your quilt?
I know.
Did you beat Emily?
Yes.
What?
I think I did, didn't I?
Oh my goodness. She's going to be like, no.
She's going to puff off me.
Oh gosh.
Puff off. It's my new word of the week.
What else did you teach? You taught a game.
I taught a game.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you, Doug. I was proud of myself for teaching a game, mostly. I had to have Doug help me with the scoring. But I taught River Valley Glassworks. Yes. Which I will teach you, because you haven't played it yet.
That was a new to us game. Well, new to her game. I had played it on the cruise. And
that was fun.
I told her about it, and she went and tried it out at... Did you try it out at Hot Games or at the All Play booth?
Neither. Somebody taught us.
Somebody
taught
taught it to you? Okay.
I think Andrew and Ashley. No. Somebody taught it to me. I don't know.
So she learned how to play River Valley Glassworks and then went to the All Play booth and bought it.
Yep.
Which have a little bit of a rub about. Not a huge rub. Because it could have very well have been a very honest mistake.
What did I do?
On their part. You bought the deluxe version.
Oh, no, I did that on purpose.
Oh, you told them I want the deluxe version?
Yes.
They also sold you...
The expansion.
The extra set.
The expansion.
What do you mean the expansion?
There's an expansion.
The box of cards?
Yes.
What about the second bag of pebbles? Because it comes with a bag of pebbles. Did they say that you need a second bag of pebbles? Yeah, they
said this was do you want the deluxe version? And I said, I want the deluxe version. And they said, do you want the expansion? And I said, yes.
Okay. The expansion, I think, is
the just box. The deck of cards, yes.
The second bag of pebbles that they bought, that they gave you, that they made you pay for, I believe is unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But maybe it was a honest mistake. Maybe they thought you needed it. But they sold you something that I don't think you needed.
I just asked for the deluxe version and the expansion.
Okay. Well, maybe the deluxe version comes with an extra bag of pebbles. But I don't know why it would. But again, I don't know. It just seemed nefarious, but I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. That
it could be me. I could have.
Nah, it's fine. It could be anything. But when I was opening it, I was like, oh, there's a bag of stones already in this. And then I still had the bag of stones that was a separate purchase. And I was like, huh, well, I don't understand
I might have been. I mean, it could have been somebody trying to be tricky. I don't know. They just said, do you want...
That would be an individual thing, by the way.
It was,
I'm not throwing shade on the company.
Absolutely. This
that
was a one person.
Individual thing.
To me, this was one person.
But I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt that it isn't, and that I'm wrong. I would rather prefer that I'm wrong. And that you actually do need that second bag to do that.
It was the deluxe version.
Yeah.
And the expansion. That's all I asked for, but I don't know what I got because I'm not. That's why I shouldn't buy them without Sam.
Doug says that they sold you the upgrade kit for the standard version, which you didn't need. Well, I don't know. Now you can put the glass pieces in a vase and stick flowers in it.
Yes.
Ooh, a River Valley Glassworks themed garnish. That's not a garnish. Actually, I guess it would be a garnish. You're dressing something up with garnish, right? But that's usually a food term, isn't it?
So is that why we weren't getting the right colors? Did we not have, I used the wrong bags or something?
No, they're still in the car. No. It's the same colors. It's literally the same stuff. But I think they probably had, again, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to say it was an honest mistake. Because they probably had deluxe versions and retail versions at the booth. I don't know. I wasn't there when you bought it. And people have been buying the standard version and then saying, I want those deluxe components. And so whomever was there was just like, okay, here's another copy. And there's the thing. Do you want to buy that? Yes. Okay, boom. But I don't know. I wasn't there. So I'm not worried about it.
I don't know.
Maybe they gave them to her. That's another thing that could possibly be. Maybe they did.
I only got one box and the cards.
Pebbles are plastic, but glass for upgrade. Yeah, but if you're buying
the deluxe
version, it's going to come with the glass beads, not the plastic ones. So...
I don't know.
Maybe if you... Okay, okay, we're on to something here. So if you said, I want the deluxe version...
Yes.
The box has the plastic in it, and you bought the glass pebbles.
Sure.
Got it. That's what we're going with, people. Gosh. Maybe the ones we were playing with
I won't buy any more games. I got it.
No. That was not on you. That was not on you. I was thinking more of the individual that was selling you the game at the booth.
I just need to have sandwiches.
Not the company. I'm not attacking the company. It's because things happen at conventions.
Right.
I mean, when you're working a booth for 6-8 hours, everything starts gelling together.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it could have been an honest mistake. But with what Karen just said, that's probably what happened. You said you wanted the deluxe version, and so you got the base game, which has the plastic pebbles in it, and then you got the glass. Cool. Jess, if you like patchwork but want something that plays more than 2 players, you might like Cottage Garden. Both of those words she likes, so she'll probably like the game, yes. We are still dutifully bringing Spring Garden to the Seamers Night, so you can try that one.
Ooh, okay.
Spring Garden, which is I think like Cottage Garden. I think it's in a series. Cottage Garden, Spring Garden, Summer Garden, Fall Garden, Winter Garden, and Second Winter Garden.
We've already decided we are in third winter.
And they're coming out with a third winter garden this year. Did you two get glass sets or one of each? Get 2 glass sets or one of each?
I don't know, y'all. Don't ask me. I just did.
It's in the car. I'm not worried about it. Don't worry about it. I just thought that was an interesting thing. So going back to Tom's question, River Valley Glassworks was a new to Jessie that she played that she then went and bought at Dice Tower West.
It was fun.
We also played Critter Kitchen, and
before
we were done playing the game, we clicked order online, and it's on the way. It's on the way. So Critter Kitchen is a really good one. If you like Flamecraft, it's similar in scope and look.
The art is awesome.
It's a bit of a different game. It's more of a set collection. Over 3 rounds, you're trying to gather as many ingredients for the different dishes that you're going to offer that round. And then you're going to be able to try to score those dishes. And then you go into a second round of gathering ingredients that includes multiple phases to gather more ingredients for 2 more dishes. And then you go into a final round. After 1 more shopping round, you go into a final round where you're trying to impress the food critic that's at the table. And you have...
but the art is by the same person who did Flamecraft?
Yeah, Sandra Tang.
And the game was designed by the same people, right?
Produced by the same people. I don't think it's the same.
It was
designers.
Really cool. And the art was really cool. Really cute little art. So we got that too. That'll be coming.
Let's see. Flamecraft. Flamecraft was designed by Manny Vega, and he is not the same person that did Critter Kitchen. Oh. Yeah, Alex Cutler and Peter Hayward were the designers of Critter Kitchen. But
the
artist Sandra Tang, or Sandara Tang, sorry, is the same as Flamecraft and Cardboard Alchemy also.
It's really cute. It's super cute.
So it's very similar in production value, very similar in artwork. They look like a series of games. Critter Kitchen and Flamecraft look like they're in a series of games.
Sure.
That's how close they are as far as how they look.
Right. They both have that long table presence and little boards, and you're putting things on. I liked it. It was super fun. I'm looking forward to that coming.
Yep. Critter Kitchen is really fun, and we did buy the deluxe version of that one as well because it had really good components. We were playing it in the hot games area of Dice Tower West. Nick and Sally from the UK.
Yes.
Nick and Sally from the UK taught us how to play. They had just played the night before with I think he said a 7-player game, which blows my mind. That I don't know that I'd want to do that, but he taught us how to play, and his soon-to-be wife, it seemed like, Sally,
No, because they talked about kids at home.
No, but he was also talking about getting a marriage license
I think they
here
were
in
joking
Vegas.
about that.
Oh, they were joking. Okay,
because they both had wedding rings on. They're like,
okay.
"What'd you do?" Oh, we got a marriage license and went to the chapel. Yeah. They were joking. That was a British humor.
It's not same designer, Eric. It is same publisher and same artist.
Super
different
fun.
designer.
Super
but interestingly enough, it's also very similar in how it's laid out.
Right, big table, long table.
Long oblong thing. And yeah, absolutely. So it's like it looks very similar.
It was really cool.
But it does play a little bit different.
Oh, it totally plays different. Yeah.
Cottage Garden has sleeping cats. How is that not on Sam's shelf? Maybe if it had dead cats. Yeah.
Don't say that to David.
Overgrown cottage garden.
Don't want dead cat games.
Overgrown cottage garden with dead animals everywhere. Have you played Flamecraft? Yes.
Yes, we own that one and we like it.
Did you like one over the other?
I actually thought Critter Kitchen was easier to, what's the word, grok? Understand,
grok.
Get. I thought that one was a little easier for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I don't want to teach either. I can't teach Flamecraft. I open it up, I get set up, and then I go, I don't know what to say. I don't know. I thought it was good. Maybe I'm just becoming a better gamer because I got to understand things better. But
you're a shark. Yes, you're correct.
I did not win.
I agree.
I got my booty kicked.
You beat me.
I did not.
Pretty sure you did.
At Critter Kitchen? Yep. No, you and Nick had all the points. And Sally had all the points. I had none of the points.
No, I don't think that's true. I think I came in dead last on Critter Kitchen.
No.
I'm pretty sure I did. Because I didn't do the end. I thought the end game, when you're putting out all of the different types of ingredients that you still have left over, I thought you were able to put out all of your tokens for each thing, but you can only put one out for each thing. And I was counting on a lot of points by putting out all of my things. I actually didn't serve one of the last two dishes.
Right.
So that I could keep a whole bunch of stuff.
Right.
And then he was like, oh, yeah, no, you can only put one out. I was like, well, I misunderstood that.
It was the spices that made him double points.
Yeah.
That was...
The spicy ingredients, he got a truckload of points from the spicy ingredients. Zombicide, I don't know, cats. Yes! Do it! Come up with an elevator pitch, David. You know you want to do that. Zombicide Isle of Cats. You have to get all of the zombie cats off the island before the human hunters kill them all. Yes, that should happen. Jessie needs to tell us about the tour you went on at Westgate. Yes, she does.
You all know. He already told you.
No, I didn't tell it the way you tell it. Go ahead.
The way I tell it?
That's right.
Okay. I can't, because I just can't. I can't even. I am a giant Elvis fan. Giant
you're
Elvis
a diminutive Elvis
fan. I'm a diminutive Elvis fan. Oh, I've always loved Elvis. I've always loved Elvis. And when Sam told me we were going to the hotel where Elvis stayed for 6 years in Vegas, where he lived for 6 years in Vegas. Well, under lock and key. But he lived for 6 years at the International. And then it was bought by Hilton, and then it was bought by Westgate. I was already over the moon. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm in the same space that Elvis was in? Like, I've never been to Graceland. So this is the closest I've come. Like,
Graceland is, like, actually small.
I know, I've heard that. Yeah. So, but I would still love to go to Graceland. But
sure. I
was like, are you kidding me? So then when we got there, there's like, an Elvis statue and an Elvis, like all this, some pictures and some memorabilia. And I'm like already over the moon. Yeah. And then there's Elvis's dressing room right there by the elevators. Mm-hmm. And it's got a big, keypad lock on it. And Elvis's dressing room. And I'm like, oh my God. Sam,
Yes, she took a picture of the outside of a door.
I did. I took a picture of a lot of outside of doors because they were Elvis's doors. And a lot of those. So I was like, all right, honey, I'm going to find somebody who knows somebody who's going to ask somebody else who knows somebody who's going to find out somebody has a key. I'm going to just start asking around. And I sometimes have a silver tongue when
by sometimes, she means all the time.
I can talk my way into things that I shouldn't be able to talk my way into. So I was like, I want to do it. And Sam said, no, honey, I've already checked. I already asked. I even asked him. They don't do that anymore. And I'm like, oh, but I really want it. Like, this was the place he was in.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, they don't do that anymore. And I was like, oh, sad. So, okay, whatever. We went to the VIP lunch. And Tim, who's in charge of Dice Tower West, came up to us and said he needed us at 11:25 or 1:25. But they had a bunch of like giveaways going on. Mm-hmm. So I thought maybe Sam was going to have to be working or something. I actually even told him, I said, I hope I'm not standing in front of people right now because I'm super sweaty. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to be standing in front of people or on stage because I'm super sweaty. So I don't want to do that. And then Tim took us to the lobby and I was like, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. And then they went to the elevator bank, and the lady who was giving us the tour said, okay, just to let you in on the surprise, you 12 people have been selected to go up and tour the Elvis suite. And I jumped up and down and squealed and grabbed my hands, and all these lovely, sweet board gamers, many of which I've played with over the weekend, went,
they were trying to keep it cool. I think they were all excited.
I was literally jumping up and down.
But they weren't Jessie excited.
So I said, don't worry, I'll be excited for all of us. And they took us up, and I'm like taking pictures like that. I'm like taking pictures so much that I'm like shaking. Like I couldn't even.
You are.
All the videos I took, Sam took more videos, which I have to get from him. All the videos I took, all you hear is, I think I'm going to pee. I think I'm going to pee. I think I'm going to pee. I can't even breathe. I can't even breathe. I can't even breathe. I think I'm going to pee. That's pretty much all you hear in the videos. And we went up to the Elvis Suite, which was 15,000 square feet.
And to put that, now realize that's not 1,500 square feet, which is the average size of somebody's house.
My mom said,
a single family house.
Oh, it's like the size of my house.
No, it is
not. And I said, no, Mom, it's the size of like 10 of your houses.
8 of your houses, yeah.
Yeah.
Or 10 of your houses.
And my mom's answer was, oh, I put the comma in the wrong spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was amazing. You know, private pool up there, jacuzzis.
3
jacuzzi tubs, 3 bathrooms. It was only a 3-bedroom.
But still, 3 bathrooms. Each bathroom was
the size of our house.
Size of half of my house.
And closets and
walk-in closets.
And desks.
What do you call those things where you
armoire?
Yeah, like multiple armoires. Where you
gold-plated handles,
yourself up, everything.
Mirrors everywhere.
Practice piano.
Everything was marble.
Wood-burning stove.
Everything was marble.
Yes.
Frescoes on the ceiling, frescoes on the wall. Statues everywhere. It was
the definition of opulence.
Oh, it was so much. So much opulence.
We found out.
You
We can rent, or rather stay.
If you've been vetted by the hotels.
You have to be vetted by the hotel, so they do a full background check. They probably do all the checks, frankly, because there are priceless artifacts in that room for various reasons. Mm-hmm. But it's 20 grand a night. 20 grand a night. That is the actual price. That if you are signing up to rent that place for one night, it's boom, 20 grand a night. And one of my favorite lines from that tour was when she was telling them some of the people who have asked if they could rent it. They're like, "Hey, I wanna have a bachelorette party in there. Can we do that?" And she said, "Bless your heart, no."
No.
That was funny.
But it comes with your own personal butler
And that was an interesting thing. I didn't realize that because that's a huge perk.
Right.
And if you're dropping 20 large on a room for a night, it actually comes with a butler that will, how did she say it? She said...
They will help you get anything lawful in the county.
Yeah,
they can get you anything or help you I can't.
They're instructed to
assist you.
Answer the desires that you have as long as it is lawful inside that county. If it's not lawful in that county, then they can't do it for you. They will be able, they may be able to provide a way that you can do it, but they can only provide you with services that you ask for that are lawful. But they are directed to provide everything that you ask for as long as it's lawful. And I'm assuming that's free of charge.
That comes
because you're already paying 20 grand. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that I didn't know. I didn't know that.
They told us an interesting story about of some people that rented that space, and they had been approved and rented that said space for 10 people. They only had 10 people at the or 10 people at the party. I don't know how many people were staying there, and it was a birthday party. And all that they wanted was balloons. So the butler had a helium tank and filled the whole place with balloons. For this birthday party for 10 people.
That's it? That's all you're asking for? You pay 20 grand to be up here, and you're just asking for balloons.
Okay.
You can get anything you want that's lawful, and you ask for balloons.
It was unbelievable. Being up there, the view was spectacular.
It was. It was
unbelievable.
Awesome.
And you have to figure, he was here from 1969 to 1976, which is, and he did 636 sold out shows. Sold out shows during that time.
In case you were wondering, yes, she's a Elvis fan. Anyway.
Anyway, that was my...
as I told Tim.
Tim's amazing.
Automatic, absolute
Tim's like one of my new favorite people in the universe.
It was awesome. The whole idea came about when Tim told me that him and Tom Vasil of the Dice Tower actually got to tour it when they were originally in the Westgate years ago. And because they were thinking about holding an event up there, like a VIP event or something like that. And then it just, was 20 grand. So,
yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. So,
but they did tour.
So I was like, well, I said, Tim, is there any way we can get a tour of this place while we're in there? I'll pay for it. I'll pay for the tour. I'll do whatever we can. Because, Jesse's a huge Elvis fan.
See, I'm going to cry how much he loves me.
A week, maybe a week and a half goes by, and we're actually Thursday morning of the con. I hadn't heard back from him yet, and so I was like, okay, dude, I just need to know if it's going to happen or if it's not going to happen so I can schedule it, and so make sure I'm not playing a game or whatever. And that was the same morning that she was like, I'm going to talk to somebody, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And I'm like, well, crap. And so he sent a message back. I just got an email back. They don't do those anymore, so it doesn't look like it's going to happen that morning. And so
that's when Sam told me.
And then she's just going bluster about, I'm getting into this room. I'm going to find.
I just want to go up the elevator. That's all I really wanted to do.
And so I was like, okay, here's the deal. And I told her I've been talking to Tim about this for a while. He just heard back that they don't do those tours anymore, so it probably can't happen. And so at that point, she just kind of put it out of her head.
Okay.
She was like, oh, well. And then at the lunch, he came up to me and he eyeball lasered me and was like, I need you and her here at 125. I was like, oh, crap. He was able to pull it off. And she's like, oh, we're just going to do something for Dice Tower.
I literally was like, I don't want to stand up in front of people. I'm sweaty.
And so I was like, because I wasn't going to tell her anything.
I jumped up and down and squealed, you guys.
Yeah. Help you get anything lawful in the county. Balloons so the butler goes to Dollar Tree.
I mean, really?
For $20K, you should be able to take the butler home. I don't know about that. See, here's the thing. If you're going to stay in a room like that, and if you're going to shell out, first of all, if you have 20 grand to shell out, you already have a butler at home probably. Or you've got enough money to where you have
20 grand.
A maid service. If you're spending 20 grand on a night, whatever.
The cleaning fee alone is like $5,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. But anyway, you have to, if you're going to spend 20 grand, buckle up, butler. You're about to get me a whole lot of stuff because I'm going to get my money's worth out of that 20 grand.
I would fill the whole thing with Orbeez and we have to swim through it.
That was a super Patch Adams moment.
Patch Adams.
I just want to swim in a pool of noodles.
I don't know. I couldn't.
Orbeez?
Let me just say this. If we had $20,000 to spend on a night.
It wouldn't be on
I wouldn't even do anything. I would just be like in the space. I would be, that would be enough. I can't even. His practice piano.
I think they missed their chance to get those out of print but still legal games. Yep. She told a lot of cool stories, though. She told the story about, because every time somebody leaves the hotel.
After 50 years.
If they were here when Elvis was here.
They got to tell their stories.
And then they leave. No, they had to tell their story.
Yeah.
You have to tell us anything that would be
cool to know.
A cool story to have. Mm-hmm. They had to. They always did excellent interviews for any of those people who worked at the hotel back when it was the International and back when and they told the butler that actually serviced that room when
he told some cool stories.
He was like, yeah, we used to. He used to sneak out all the time because he was actually under lock and key. He could not leave
was under lock and
because
key.
of his management.
And he didn't have cash.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't give him any money.
So he would
sneak out because he would gamble.
Yep.
And he would sneak out the service elevator, like literally sneak down the elevator to the valet. Mm-hmm. The valets would pool together their cash that they had to give to Elvis.
Tips and stuff.
They'd give Elvis money, and they'd get him a limo to take him to Caesar's Palace. And he would go to Caesar's Palace and gamble.
Lose all the money.
Or not all, but he came back. They said every time he came back, he paid off the valets.
Everybody, yeah.
He paid off all the valets that gave him the money. Mm-hmm. And, meanwhile, his handlers would come down. They were actually called handlers. And they would come down and be like, where's Elvis? Have you seen Elvis? Have you seen Elvis? And they'd be like, I don't know. I don't know anything. I haven't seen him. He wasn't here.
She said some of them would actually joke about, I don't know.
Elvis has left the building.
Did he leave the building?
Yeah, Elvis has left the building. But it was unbelievable. Sam asking for me. So all this, what started the whole thing.
No, I don't know that it started because I think Tim may have been trying to get that done for the VIPs anyway.
That was amazing.
But the fact that he was able to pull it off,
I can't even.
And huge props to Stephanie, who was
she was amazing.
Who was the person that actually,
and she's Tim's contact at the Westgate, like
is.
her.
Awesome.
Oh, it was amazing.
But that's that. That's what we did there. So new to us games was Critter Kitchen, River Valley Glassworks. I took a bunch of games that were new to us that I had to do.
I have a list.
Like we played Sausage Sizzle, that was new to us, and we're gonna keep it. We played Mino Dice, which was new to us, which is basically a dice version of what's the name of that game? JT said it again yesterday.
It sounds like School Kings. Skull King.
Skull Kings. Skull King.
Harmonies, Nightfall, Panda Royale.
Oh, that's right. You played Nightfall with Tom. I still haven't played Nightfall.
I played Nightfall.
Can you teach me how to play Nightfall? Yes.
Sure.
Okay. So we have Nightfall.
Harmonies, Nightfall, Panda Royale, Sausage Sizzle, Comic Hunter, Tazo Bananas.
Yeah, Tazo Bananas is another
Spin.
one.
Oh,
Panda
we played
Spin
that one a bunch.
One. Need to get that game. That's a really fun game.
Dracula vs. Van Helsing, Star Wars, Clone Wars, River Valley Glassworks, Super Kawaii Pets. That was super cute.
Sad dogs, I think is what Brian calls it. It's called sad dogs.
Puppies.
Sad puppies, yes.
Grindhouse, that was new to us.
Yeah.
Keepers, Mino Dice, and Critter Kitchen, I think. And then I may have stopped keeping track.
Yep, you did. Yeah, so a lot of good games there. And Memoir 44 was a huge...
Oh, that was so cool. You playing that.
Huge game of that. 5 hours, 5.5... Well, no, 5 hours of actual game time. Because there's a lot of setup for that.
That was crazy.
Actually, you know what? That was probably at least an hour of setup time. Because... So, it's not a regular game of Memoir 44. I still have to make that video. Dang, I'll do it next week. It's still not a regular game of Memoir. A regular game of Memoir you can set up in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then play for about 30, 40 minutes, and then you're done. So Memoir itself, a 2-player game, not long at all. This is like Memoir 44 on steroids, where we're using 4 breakthrough maps. Breakthrough maps are about twice the size, if not more than, a regular Memoir 44 board, and we're using 4 of them. So we're talking about 8 times the size, and we're playing with 8 people. So we have 4 breakthrough maps, 1 person on the Ally side, 1 person on the German side for each of those maps. So this is an 8-player game, and we played for about 5 hours.
It was crazy.
It was really cool. Fun. Super core memory. Thank you to Patrick for bringing all the stuff we needed to make that happen.
That was really neat.
That was awesome.
We had a great weekend.
Yeah,
but we're glad to be back home.
Yes, we are. We closed on our house this week.
We sold the old house. This week.
We closed on the sale of our
right,
old
because we closed on this house already.
And we have now paid off this house.
Entirely.
So we are mortgage free again. Thank you. Thank you to my dad, who basically made it possible. Yeah, basically made it possible for co-signing for us because Flipside and because of the Dice Tower hadn't been going for 2 years at that point.
They couldn't count it.
They didn't even count my salary.
Yeah.
So, but my dad came in and co-signed, and we used Jessie's salary, and that's what allowed us to get the house. So, but now it's completely ours. And that weight is off of my dad's shoulders, which is a big thing for me. So that was a good thing.
It was an amazing week.
What? Gambling in Vegas? I'm shocked.
I know, right?
Well,
Can you imagine being, the limo driver sneaking Elvis into Caesar's Palace?
Right.
Like.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Don't worry, Mr. Presley. We won't tell anyone. Here you go, Mr. Presley. I'll be back in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Like, how could you, not... I can't even... I was in the space he was in, y'all.
And that was before selfies were a thing.
Yeah. The only thing you have is this memory of driving him in and going, Mr. Presley, what time would you like me to pick you back up? I mean, craziness. I don't know. It was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to wrap up and catch up.
I know. We got to get wrapped up. We are caught up. We are at the end. Oh, there we go. Way to go. Debt-free is the way to be. Well, we aren't absolutely debt-free.
We have cars.
We have 2 cars that we have loans on, and then we have a couple credit cards. But that's it. That's it. Which is, you are correct. It's the way to go. All right. Bet that bank financing your new house loves you. May they made no money.
Yeah. I was like,
oh, well. And we made absolutely sure on the beginning that we didn't have to pay any early payoff fees. That was one of our biggest questions, because we don't want to have to pay $5,000 just to be able to pay off our house early, or whatever it probably was a percentage. Probably would have been a percentage. I don't know. Anyway, we made sure that we didn't do that. So yes, we had good realtors helping us. We had good bank people that were helping us. So there were a lot of different ways that God really kind of lined everything up for us to make this possible. I say that it was Dad. Dad was the willing party that was willing to be used by God. That's the way we look at it. So he put all that together. and there were just willing parties around. So I wanted to thank my dad for being willing to be used. Any new games coming up this week? Schedule. All right. So schedule. What am I going to be doing this week? We're going to have whatchamacallit. Fireside chat on Monday as normal. We are also going to be playing Kabuto Sumo. We're going to be playing that some more this week. Maybe we can get another play of it so where we can play some more of the people, more of the bugs, the bug wrestlers, because not this week, but next week. I plan on reviewing that and the storage chest on the Dice Tower. So that will be not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. This Wednesday, I'm planning on reviewing Dracula versus Van Helsing. So we need to play that some more over the next couple of days because that was something that was new to us at the at Dice Tower West. As far as solo is concerned, I think I'm going to, this week, I think I'm going to take another crack at Final Girl, the Falconwood Files, because I did notice some things that I wasn't doing properly, so I want to hit that again to kind of play that the right way and see if I can do any better. So that's going to be coming up. Next week, we will do another giveaway. So that, because we do have, and we're going to have 3 winners this week, this month, or this time. It's probably going to be for the month of April that I put that together. And then, let's see, what else new do we have? JT and I played Metal Gear Solid yesterday. So I need to get some more plays of that under my belt before that is a review that that's going to be coming up probably towards the end of the month or first month in May or something to that, or I'm sorry, April. Grindhouse is coming down the pipe. We need to get that played a couple more times. We did play it multiple times at Dice Tower West, but I want to try out some of the other expansions just to see what they change, so that we can get that played. We'll probably have a play of it today. I don't know if Doug and Emily would want to play that, but we'll see. If not, we'll play it with somebody else.
We'll get the kids; they'd love it.
Yeah, maybe so. So that's kind of what we've got going on. As far as this Friday, there's a very strong chance that I think JT and I will be playing SETI, S-E-T-I, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, because that was a game that I picked up for him at Dice Tower West, and he was super pumped about it. It was either that or Metal Gear Solid yesterday, and we chose to do Metal Gear Solid because it's been around lately for longer, and I need to get it done for the Dice Tower. I might see if he wants to join me on that review, because I think that'll be a good one for him to review with me on the Dice Tower. That would be cool to do. Anyway, I don't know if we can work that out, but that's going to be coming up. SETI is probably going to be on Friday. Thursday, I've already talked about, we're going to do Final Girl again probably, and then next Saturday, I think, we don't have anything going on. We'll be doing this again next Saturday. What am I going to review on the Flipside this week? That is probably going to be... No, that's another Dice Tower one. I don't know what I'm going to review on the Flipside this week, so we'll have to wait and see.
I think...
You think what?
I know Daphne has a competition, but I don't know what else.
Don't know where. All right, well, we're out of here. We got to get ready. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.
Bye.
Did you guys play these games much growing up?
We played.
Yes.
We always played Quirkle or Pente, but things like that is what I grew up with.
Probably not completely debt-free. I'm sure Sam owes Bushman an apology for 2. No. We're good. Hamster TI4 review. Probably not going to happen. Have you given up on terrestrial intelligence? Yes. Beat me up, Scotty. There's no intelligent life down here. Yes. Thank you, Sam, Jesse. Bye, all. Bye, bye, bye. Have a good day.